I'm gonna be completely honest with you before we jump into this. I've heard some things from some community members, and I kind of went on Twitter and Blue Sky, and then I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and hop off social media until we do this because y'all need to calm down. You need to take a deep breath. I'm seeing a lot of negativity about a patch that's not even out yet. I'm seeing a lot of people losing their minds over something that hasn't even dropped, and people haven't even play tested. People of all skill level, right? Newcomers, beginner players, intermediates, strong players, top level players. Nobody's touched it. Okay. We don't know. We've seen some footage, we've seen some patch notes, we got speculations, but how many times has this happened in the patch where we got a crumb of detail in the form of a video and then some patch notes, and people went on these wild speculation journeys and they're like, is that a dog? And it turned out to be like a bear, right? Like, relax. It's we got time. It's not out yet. It's out tomorrow. Calm the fuck down. It's out tomorrow. Just relax. It's okay. All right. And the other thing too is like y'all are constantly complaining the game needs changes, right? It needs overhauls, it needs changes. This needs to change. That needs to change. This is too strong. This is too weak. Whatever. And we get this big overhaul patch where it makes a bunch of changes and y'all are bitching too. So before you open your trap, before you go crazy, just take a deep breath, relax. I would like to offer a measured response to this. Yes, are some of the changes going to be fucking crazy? Is the game volatile and wild? It is Guilty Gear Strive. Yes, it is a crazy fucking video game. This game is nuts. It's going to be like that. They're going to probably lean more into that as time goes on. The game's fun. Chill out. It's not, this isn't going to kill the game. Your yapping might kill the game though, like honestly. But no, okay. Enough of that. Enough of that. I mean, probably some of it too is just bait posting. Let's be honest. But if anything's true on the internet, people love to bait post to get engagement farming. So, whatever. It's fine. Let the people do what they're gonna do. Um, but for those of us that are actually playing the video game and care about the game, let's take a look at this, shall we? Let's jump in. Let's not waste too much time. Just relax. Because I'm also going to be putting this on YouTube, I'm going to just go ahead and retouch on some things. So this is the 1.4 patch, right? Version 4 of the game, 4.0 of the game. We're getting Dizzy. Dizzy can come as a part of the season pass or just a separate DLC item, more fishing stuff, more BGMs, all sorts of fun shit there. I'm going to put the patch notes in the link in the description just so people have it if they want it. Characters will be getting updates to the guts, it seems, but the cool thing is that Dizzy actually has a 5 rating for guts. And if you know anything about the game, she is tied with Anji. She's got really good defense values. So that is interesting. I think the joke that's going around is I'm no longer afraid, myself. So now she's much better defense wise, which is crazy to me. But hey, I'll take it because I'm gonna be playing the character. Meowdy doo 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 tat doo tat. Meowdy doo to you too, Tasso. Thank you for coming in. I hope your day's been well. So we touched, like I said, we touched a little bit on Soul yesterday. I'm just gonna do some quick recap. Essentially, um, Soul got 5K changes that hit the startup speed on 5K. It's got, better hitbox, but not as quick on startup. So no longer a 3-frame normal. Bam. Bandit Revolver has more recovery. Bandit Bringer essentially is more punishable. Is my model jittery? What do you mean by that? Here, let me take a look. Is my frame rate? Is my frame rate off? What the fuck is going on? I'm dropping frames. Hold on. It's not that. Let's go check those. Output. This. All right, let's just update this. See if that fixes the issue. Irritating. Something Twitch has been fighting me on every front with the with the upload speed. Because now I'm doing multi-streaming, right? And I was trying to do a higher upload speed for like YouTube and stuff, so they could have like HD and stuff. But Twitch is just like, yeah, I'm not about that life, gang. And every time I go to the higher upload speeds, they like completely fucking shit on my just like shit on my upload, shit on my everything. This should be much better. We should be clear now. We should be clean. Yeah, it looks good now. Okay. Sorry about that. I was experimenting with a higher upload speed. Because I can upload very, very high speeds and Twitch is just not having it. So, all right, we went back down to where we were. No worries. Enjoy the fucking 720p footage. So did Kai get anything substantial? We haven't even gotten a Kai yet. We're just retouching on Soul from yesterday, and we're just gonna go in order from there. That's what we're doing. But yeah, basically, Soul is now able to like combo Fafnir and combo Vortex, and he can also combo his Heavenly Mob Cemetery for 100% tension. So basically, this just gives him more combo routes in theory, right? It lets him do different things with the clean hit on Fafnir. So just kind of changing his, you know, his BNBs, his routing, his block strings, his neutral, really everything. They wanted to make it, and Soul has always been very, very good at just playing the entire fucking screen, right? Good maneuverability, good normals. Like he kind of just had everything. He's fast, he's strong, big damage, good defense, the whole nine. And now they're making it so that he needs to be, you know, in theory, what they're saying they're going for is they want him to play at a closer range for his strengths. So, you know, like nerfed gunflame, nerfed movement tools, all that fun stuff. So that's really the changes we hit yesterday with him. We didn't get into Kai. Let's go take a look at Kai. So Kai's a standard type character, generally versatile, powerful moves at his disposal, improvements to his special moves during shock state, make him excel more notably in neutral. Okay, so what are they actually doing in this? In exchange, he's lost some of his combo extensions when outside of shock state. Is this the second time or the third time they've hit him outside of shock state? I don't know. It's a lot. But to be completely fair, when are you not in shock state against Kai? It's very, very rare, right? Even if you're in neutral and you're even, you're not at advantage or disadvantage, generally speaking, you've blocked one of the projectiles or he's pushed you back with direct claw and, you know, got you shock stated. So yeah, I I don't know if that's really going to be an issue for him. Stun Edge now causes extended hit stop during shock state. This makes it easier to approach from mid-range after the opponent blocks. Interesting. Okay. Charged Stun Edge also causes extend hit stop during shock state. If Kai manages to put the opponent in shock state and knock them down, he has access to powerful Okazemi to keep the opponent locked down. Right. The blowback on Vapor Thrust Heavy Slash version has been adjusted during shock state. We don't know what that looks like. When performing a combo during the shock state, this move can now be followed up after even at mid-screen. So what they're saying here for the Vapor Thrust is his heavy version of his DP now. If you got them in shock state, you can continue a combo. It is the combo ability of this has been increased. What up, Astro? Thank you for swinging by. The blowback on hit for Fujer Arc has been adjusted, making it harder to extend combos mid-screen. It is more challenging now for Kai to travel all the way to the corner during a combo. So people used to complain about Kai being able to wall you way too easy, and it was like really forgiving. It could hit you out of the air. It could hit you at like the actual like fucking tip of your combo range. Like, so I guess I get it, but a lot of these just sounds like changes people have been asking for. It sounds like a bunch of nerfs. I mean, I gotta take a look at the actual changes, but the stun edge changes are good, and making his shock state even stronger is a pretty substantial buff because his shock state's already pretty strong. So taunt, we got a versus Sin voice line. Defense, he's had a modification to the value, so he takes decreased damage now. So he's got better defenses now as far as his actual health goes. They put his 6p in line with everybody else. They've nerfed his forward heavy slash. Thank fucking goodness. That shit was abysmal. The fact that he could just like far slash, 6H, 6-8, like, bruh, please, I'm begging you, die. Shit was kind of obnoxious. JS, they did a collision adjustment, added lower hitbox and hurtbox. Huh. Okay. So you're gonna be able to connect on opponents easier, but you're also gonna be able to hit them out of it easier. Interesting. I wonder if this is to make it easier to like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Stun Edge, we got increased hit stop during shock state and dragon install. Same thing with aerial stun edge. Charge stun edge, same thing. I think these are going to be good changes for Kai and his overall game plan. They've increased the falling speed after the ground bounce for Future Arc. That's rough. That's rough. I hope it still combos like relatively reliably. I don't as much as like as much as some people had stuff to say about this, I didn't really have complaints, if I'm being honest. If if you played this game and the number one character you complained about was Kai, not that he didn't have bullshit and he wasn't really strong, especially in neutral. And if he played just really well, he had decent damage. He just had like a tool for everything. Kai's not the problem character. I mean, he's strong. He does the things he does well, but he's not going to he's not going to bullshit you out of a round like the vast majority of the cast, right? He's got bullshit, but generally speaking, he's just like a really solid character that has answers to top tiers and a lot of the other bullshit out there. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Complaining about Kai, maybe take a look inwards. That's all I'm saying. So Vapor Thrust slash version can no longer start of the attack can no longer be canceled into overdrive. Yeah, that's fair. That's yeah. Heavy slash version, they increased the damage and they made it so you could actually combo easier now for mid screen off shock state. Grounded version, decrease the number of uses before it triggers a repeated move. Okay. Thyroid Clot, increased horizontal blowback on counter hit. So what, they're just trying to make it harder to combo off of counter hit for mid screen, which you weren't really doing anyways. You were kind of just fucking not doing that. Yeah, I don't like, I feel like this is probably a net even. Again, a lot of these are without actually seeing them in the game and how they interact with the other characters. You can't be like, oh, they fucking shot Kai. The stun, they buffed him to the ceiling because of his, like, we don't know. We don't know. They're just words. They're not like, oh yeah, he's got 17 extra frames now if he fucking hits you with shock state. Like, we don't know. So it's just a matter of waiting. But I don't like, he's fine. He's gonna be fine. I'm sure. Again, unless, you know, the whole power level raises way too high. May, here we go. We've reevaluated her traits as a highly mobile power type character. That's what she is. What do you mean? Her main pokes, such as far standing slash, have slower startup, with hefty moves like forward, heavy slash gaining better hitboxes and additional damage to emphasize her identity as a power type. They buffed the damage on 6H. Okay. The ability to control the movement of split with forward or back inputs improves her mobility as well. So for those of you that don't know, when May's riding on her dolphin and she's going Totsugaki, and she's like dashing at you, split is the one where she jumps off of the dolphin. And now they're saying that they've given her the better control to basically get air drift, right? And when she jumps off the dolphin, you can now move left or right easier. Together, this makes her shine as a character of powerful strike attacks and excellent mobility and neutral. Yeah, I think like the vision they're going for May sounds cool and it makes sense. Like, it's fun. So May's defense has been buffed. They increased the startup on standing 5. They increased her 5K. So May's 5K is was like a god button. That shit hit from so far. It comboed. It did all of the things. And now they've made it slower. They've made 5S slower, but they made it so that you're less punishable off of it. Crouching slash, they made it slower and made it more punishable. Yikes. That's kind of smacked her pokes. Was it made a top 3 or something? It depends on the pro you ask. I mean, the tier list, let's face it, the tier list for like 98% of us are extremely irrelevant. They're so irrelevant. I would just throw the entire concept of tier lists out. If you're somebody who's watching my streams or watching my videos, chances are the tier lists mean absolutely fucking nothing to you. and like a top player's understanding of why a character is good and how problematic they are at the absolutely top level of play is completely different. A tier list for somebody at my level of play and a tier list for somebody below my level of play should look vastly different than their tier lists and what they're talking about. Because most of the tech and most of the stuff they're doing and their understanding of the game is on a completely different level. So I wouldn't worry about who's like top 3, top 4 or whatever. Not saying that characters can't be inherently strong, but um yeah, she was already very good. She was already very good. But I mean, when they're saying they increase startup, that's not a good thing. That's a nerf. If you decrease recovery, so startup is like how long it takes the attack to get going, and then recovery is how long it takes for the attack to end after it's already like done its damaging part so that you can't be punished. So if you have a high recovery move, right? Think of like a big charge up attack, right? You do the attack, you miss, and you're stuck there in like an animation where you're trying to pick your sword up. That's your recovery. And if it's easier to get punished the longer your recovery is. The shorter your recovery is, the less easy it is to punish you for doing a move like that. So something like Crouching S got its startup increased and its recovery increased, therefore it's a worse move overall. Which is oof, feels bad, man. So 5H or standing heavy slash got better damage, added a launch effect on grounded counter hit. Fucking Lamau, dude. What? You mean you could do her fucking ping pong wall combos even easier now in the corner? Oh shit. Wait a second. May actually might be hella fun this patch. Let's go. Crouching heavy slash, they increase damage. Forward heavy slash, increase damage. Front the hurt box. Okay, whatever. Jumping heavy slash, jumping down heavy slash, jumping dust, all increased damage. Higher recovery on JD though, understandable. Split now gives better movement. Great Yamada has better damage. Why does Great Yamada, the big fucking whale, have better damage? That's okay. We'll take it. I think Mei is an extremely fun casual character for me, so that just makes it more fun. These buffs and nerfs mean nothing to you either, but you're not asking not for your context, but for the context of tournaments, how it affect them, not you. No, I get you. I just like it doesn't. We don't know. We don't know. Because in a vacuum, right? In a vacuum, this looks great. I mean, she got some stuff hit for sure, but this feels like this is an overall buff. It's a win for Mei. But when you look at the great picture, right? This is just one character. When you look at the entire roster, and then you look at the group of characters in that roster who are like reliable tournament characters or who have easy routes or whatever. And you start seeing, okay, well, now we're a month in and this specific 3 character pool are constantly top eighting, and 2 of those 3 characters have a favorable matchup going into Mei. Well, now we know, okay, this patch wasn't really good for Mei because the characters that are winning and the characters you're fighting towards the end of a bracket are having 6-4 matchups beating May's ass. So you got an uphill battle, right? Or she might, she still might be objectively a good character, but she just has problem matchups that are strong characters. So a lot of the tournament related stuff, I mean, we can speculate, but nobody really knows. And it's okay because you weren't here in the beginning, but like Twitter just needs to like everybody needs to calm down. We don't know. We don't know yet. I know Twitter's been saying a lot of stuff about power level. I know the internet's been saying a lot of stuff about power level. This is broken. This is gutted. Whatever, whatever. We don't fucking know. Let people cook. Give people a chance to play in some events and figure things out. We're at day negative like 1 and 2. It's okay. It's all right. This isn't aimed at you guys, by the way. This is just like a general reminder that like it's not even out yet. It's not even here. Also, I'm losing my voice again, which is awesome. So Axel Low, while he's a character focused on potent long range pokes, the input for Sickle Flash made it challenging to perform at the right timing. Ooh, do I agree with that? I'm not an Axel player, but I don't know if I agree with that. That's okay. That's fine. We've changed the input for Sickle Flash, making it easier to use when making quick decisions during combos or a neutral. Sure, that's fine. Higher blowback from 6k on hit makes it easier to combo into Sickle Flash. Comboed with the change for Sickle Flash's input, his combos are now easier to perform. Rainwater no longer has a vacuum effect drawing in the opponent. Really? The vacuum effect was added previously as an improvement. However, in line with our intention to highlight unique character traits, we've adjusted this move to serve as a means to open up distance with the opponent. On hit, combos such as standing P, sickle flash are possible. Oh no. Oh no. I liked that Rainwater pulled you in and vacuumed you against him because it actually made it, in my opinion, with characters I played, and the Axles I played against, it sometimes made it easier to fight him. Um Rip. That's a personal unfortunate for Lucky right there. Lycan's relationship with Slayers ended. Lycan's your best friend now, going back from whence you came. I see, I see. Well, we'll see. Again, the patch isn't out. Take your time. You can play multiple characters. So Axel's defense has been buffed. They made it so that the damage at the farthest edge of his attacks across the board has been buffed. 6k now combos into things better. Jesus. Sickle Flash is no longer a charge input and is instead a quarter circle forward slash. It can be canceled into one vision now, which is okay. So be it, man. So be it, man. This is okay. Soaring Chain Strike, which is up during Sickle Flash, increased damage, increased damage, increased. Yikes. Added launch effect on ground hit for Whistling Wind. Rainwater no longer vacuums, but it increases launch height. Axle Bomber has more damage. And then a Sickle Storm has increased recovery. Increased launch height and added the tumble effect. Jeepers creepers. Well, Axle players, if you don't start doing work now, I don't know when you're going to do it because you have net buff across the board. Congratulations. Congratulations, Axel players. Your time is fucking now. I wonder if they did this in response to Dizzy's seemingly egregious full screen bullshit. Full screen to almost full screen bullshit. Again, character's not even out, but I'm wondering if this was calculated. So we'll see. This um I'm not looking forward to playing against more Axles. There's a few characters in here that I think that I'm gonna see them even more now, and that's gonna be rough for me because I have less experience against some of these characters than others. So my defense and like game plan overall isn't as tight. Well, that's fine. Then again, we're all gonna be learning together because it looks like a lot of these characters are getting changes. So we'll see. Chip Zanoff. Chip has new special moves, Tightrope and Tightrope Run. Yes, the rope that I will hang myself with. It's a relatively quick move in which Chip retreats backwards while setting up the rope. Holding the heavy slash version continues into run. During run, Chip can perform various moves similar to wall run. So he gets his tightrope run and he gets to do different shit. Can also enter tightrope run out of Alpha Blade diagonal when the rope is set. Oh, that's not annoying. During T run, different inputs allow Chip to run either on top or bottom of the rope. Running on the bottom of the rope makes it easier to force the opponent to block tightrope run attack at the risk of running into the opponent's ground pokes. Running on top of the rope allows them to approach while avoiding pokes, but it's challenging to force the opponent to block from this position. Previously, Chip notably lacked variation in his options after approaching the opponent. Who says that? Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. No, 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 no. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that. I'm sorry. It's not. No, it's not the character. It was the players. I apologize. But just because every single one of them wanted to wreck a high low you or command normal high you, and then like occasionally alpha blade you or do like jump in silly shits, that doesn't mean he lacked options after approaching the opponent. Like there could have been more. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. That's fucking crazy talk. But whatever. I digress. The addition of tightrope and it's not even tightrope. It's tight. Is it tightrope? It is tightrope. Tightrope and tightrope run expands the potential of his neutral and strings, opening up new possibilities. The blowback and crouching heavy slash has been adjusted in line with tightrope run. This makes it easier to use in combos when the rope from tightrope is already set up, but more challenging to use when existing combos the alpha blade diagonal. Okay. Is there a twin-tailed Kai mod? I think there might be actually. Or there's at least like Guilty Gear Xrd Kai hair mod. There's a bunch of Kai mods. He's one of the most modded characters. Yeah. Did you guys see the post where it was like, Dizzy, I'm gonna start taking HRT. I want to be a woman. And she's like, oh, okay. And then Kai becomes a woman and he looks exactly like Dizzy but blonde. And she's like, why the fuck do you look like me? And then like they're doing it with a lot of characters now, but I just thought it was funny. You're not saying a gender bend for Kai, but oh, there's gender bends. Yeah, there's gender bends for sure. And then there's like Lucina mods and there's a bunch of mods. Go to Game Banana, gamebanana.com. There you go. Okay, so Chip takes less damage now. All right. So all these moves are getting increased damage, and then characters are taking less damage. So what the fuck? Standing P has higher startup. Let's go. 6P has less recovery. Ew. No. No. Fuck him. Put it back to where it was. Let's see. Kind of gave us all this. Increased damage on a bunch of his attacks. I can help you look up mods later. Increased minimum guaranteed damage on his super. Interesting. And increase the damage as well. So yeah, overall buffs for Chip as well. Brother got damage increases on a bunch of his attacks. Got his tightrope. No longer repeatedly canceled a wall run attack. I mean, they changed his wall run K, but whatever. Yo, Potemkin's got a fucking essay. Okay. What in the 3 great countries did they do to this character? Potemkin is a power type character whose offense revolves around his powerful command grab Potemkin Buster, right? However, in order to go for Potemkin Buster, he would need to use techniques to extend the movement range of special moves by canceling the startup of 6K, making it an ordeal to perform his most crucial move, right? So something called Kara canceling, in which you can use the startup momentum of one attack, but if you like cancel the attack fast enough, if it's special cancelable, you can go into something else. So what it looks like, 6K, he does like a shoulder push motion. He does like a shoulder rush motion. He moves forward. If you cancel it fast enough, though, instead of that attack coming out, you can cancel it into a grab or just something else. But for the sake of this explanation, his grab is Potemkin Buster. So what that would look like is instead of standing still and doing the Potemkin Buster, he would slide forward and then do the Potemkin Buster. So he'd essentially slide at you, do like a cha-cha slide, and then hug you and hit you for like 35, 40%. And there, it took work, right, to do it, especially consistently. It's not an easy input. The shit's difficult, right? And they're saying that they're getting rid of that. But instead, they're extending the overall range of Potemkin Buster and adding armor while the grab is active. Okay, I see why pop mains aren't happy, because this is like, yeah, that's rough. Okay, the inputs for FDB, Heavy Knuckle, and Heavenly Potemkin Buster have changed, really, as previously they would sometimes activate unintentionally. Potemkin Buster's full 360 input remains unchanged out of consideration for additional range when it's performed. Okay, cool. There have been major adjustments to the properties, his properties overall in line with the above change. We've reevaluated the role of each of his moves so that the hitboxes and hurtboxes make sense for big body power type character. Slide had received improvements to the hit block effect, greatly increasing the reward when making contact with the opponent. Oh no. Okay. In exchange, it has longer recovery. Nice. Making it more crucial to aim for a moment when the opponent cannot avoid it. The movement properties for Hammerfall have been adjusted, making it faster initially and then later de-accelerate. Hammerfall Break and Hammerfall cannot cancel into follow-ups during startup, but have less recovery when using Hammerfall Break directly after activation. Potemkin now covers much more distance, making it a strong option for approaching the opponent. Okay, so essentially this is less punishable on block or on whiff, right? Less recovery is a good thing for Potemkin. Interesting. Covers more distance if you Hammerfall Break directly after activation. So his Hammerfall is the move where you charge backwards for a little bit, you press forward, and I don't remember which button, but he charges at you and he can take 2 hits before you break his armor. You could break it so that you could juke somebody out to make them think you were coming and then not do it and go into like slide head or whatever. Appreciate the lyric, Tassa. So I'm interested to see how this works with this kit. FTB now better fills its role as immune to reflect projectiles with improved properties in neutral. It can reflect nearly all projectiles. The reflected projectile gaining stronger attributes. In exchange, the strike part of the attack will have a weaker hit effect, making it less effective as part of strings and combos. Okay. Interesting. I mean, generally speaking, most people weren't using this in strings and combos all that often, from what I could see, even in like TNS and shit. So yeah, that's fine. You've seen so many upset pot players. Yeah, that's some of the stuff I was seeing online, which is why I got off the internet for a while. Garuda Impact has been changed to a projectile move. This makes it no longer subject to the effect of knockback, creating less distance with the opponent when making them block it in the corner. In exchange, it no longer triggers the counter hit effect and follows the rules for projectiles overall, Potemkin remaining in counter hit state until the end of the animation, etc. Huh? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Wait, is the Garuda Impact change good or... I feel like now that it's a projectile, that's kind of a bad thing, right? I don't... Mm, I don't know about this one. I'm gonna have to see this shit in game. I'm gonna have to see this shit in game. They increased his guts rating and now he takes even less damage. Okay. Forward movement, they've gave him even more tension gain. The fuck? Okay. They shrunk his upper hurt boxes on some stuff. Okay. Standing P. They expanded some things and shrunk some things. Crouching P. Increased startup, increased active frames, increased recovery. What the fuck? Okay. Crouching P. Potemkin needed this shit to be good. Didn't really have... Okay. His defense wasn't the greatest, so having this was important. Increased startup and recovery. That's not great. Decreased active frames on the 6P. Okay, but why? Standing K, increased active frames, increased recovery. Sure. But also, again, why? Crouching K, decreased startup, increased recovery. I'm glad that it's faster, but why? Shrunk the frontal hitbox and hitbox. You be another VTuber 2-1 with Raidamon. 3 VTubers has succumbed to Raidamon's wrath. The fact that you're just finding VTubers to beat up on in the Digimon card game's kind of sick. You love to see it. Remove special effect. I need to get like an actual deck and then have a rematch. I settle on one. Maybe I'll just pull my Minervamon back out of my ass. I don't know. Anyways, 6K, removed special effect when canceling the start. Yeah, right. Decreased startup, increased recovery. No change to overall recovery. Brother, what the fuck does that mean? Increased recovery, but no change to overall recovery. They contradict each other. Please make up your mind. Yeah, car cancels are gone. How's it going out? That's no longer deaccelerates when connecting with an opponent. Okay. Ew. Adjusted movement behavior so that the momentum remains when they canceled after an attack commences. Okay. Horizontal bullback has been decreased. Increased bullback on wall bounce. Decreased tumble duration and counter hit. Hold on a second. Actually, decreased knockback on CS. Slightly less advantage and it's easier to get damage. Increased movement distance during recovery. Slightly less advantage and it's easier to get damage. What the fuck does that mean? If there's slightly less advantage on close... Okay, whatever. I'm not going to worry about that. Standing S, made major adjustments to hitbox and hurtbox. Again, a lot of these things, we won't know what the fuck it means until we actually get it in the lab and play games and see people doing shit. Shrunk the frontal hurtbox. Probably better for tick throws. Probably, but that's just a weird way to word that. There's better ways to word that. Crouching S. Frontal hurt box no longer remains after the active frames. That's probably a good thing, honestly. Should be cleaning up the visual things. Crouching heavy slash, increased damage. Decreased launch height and increased falling speed. Increased launch height on counter hit. The opponent will no longer attack upon landing on counter hit. The last one's nice. First one's kind of ass. Second one's nice. Okay, the double fister, increased tumble duration, added wall bounce. That's sick. Let's go. Okay, jumping P, increased recovery. That's so ass. Jumping K, expanded upper hitbox. I mean, whatever. Jumping S, increased startup, decreased knockback. That's so ass. Jumping heavy slash, decreased attack level. Ew. Adjust the wall break direction horizontally. Ew. Ew. Ground throw. Standardized distance after throwing corner, regardless of opponent character. Sure, fine. They did the same thing with Potemkin Buster, increased the damage, but it now has armor from a single attack during the active frames. Decreased launch height. Okay, collision adjustment. Adjusted proximity requirement for attack to connect. Right now, you can do it from further away. Whereas previously it extended gradually during the active frames. With this adjustment, it now has 2 phases for the first and latter halves of the move. Okay. As a result, this extends the total range, no longer shrinks the hitbox at its feet. Lit. Like they said, they want his game plan to be based around command grabs, so close slash not knocking them back as much prob helps with spacing. Yeah, probably. I mean, again, no Kara now, so heat knuckle, increased damage. That's totally fair. If you're in an RPS situation with pot and you guess wrong and they guess right and you jump to avoid a pot buster, they snag you with heat knuckle, you should feel that damage. That's just my opinion. He doesn't have an air pot buster, right? He's only got his heavenly. So yeah, you should be feeling that fucking damage as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, definitely increase the damage. You almost have to increase the damage though, because the all these characters are getting defense buffs. But again, we don't know what the fuck these defense buffs look like in game because I don't have the fucking patch yet. Heat tackle changed from a half circle to a quarter circle. Okay. Not necessary, but I get it. I understand why they did it. Increased damage, increased active frames and movement duration. Now you land sooner after connecting with the opponent. Yeah, that's fine. He deserves it. Whatever. It's fine. So Mega Fist Forward has less landing recovery. Interesting. We'll take it. During startup, no longer subject to the effect of knockback from a prior connecting strike attack. Mega Fist backward, very similar stuff. Slide head, increased duration during which Potemkin can deter attacks from the opponent. Now remains in counter state until the end of recovery. Sick. Increased recovery, increased damage, added guard crush. You get a guard crush, you get a guard crush, we all get a guard crush. It's fine. I mean, sure. Fine. This is fine. It's more punishable when you're right and neutral, but he gets more off of it, it looks like. Hammerfall, increased recovery, but you get the speed when the movement begins, making it proceed to decelerate. We kind of read up on this already, but yeah, we'll take it. Decreased recovery on the P break for Hammerfall. Increased speed when the movement begins, making it proceed to decelerate. Yep. FDB, this is your reflect. So reflect or flick can now reflect almost all projectiles with some exceptions such as overdrives. Yeah, but how funny would it be to flick Asuka's overdrive or like Ramlethal's hype beam back at her? That would be hilarious. With this change, flick can reflect projectiles with special effects applied on blocks such as stun edge, but Potemkin will be subject to the effect from the projectile. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Decreased damage, attack level. Yep, this is all fine. Added strike and throw invincibility until the end of recovery when reflecting a projectile. Smart, because now you can't, now you can't bullshit with certain characters like I used to with you know, projectiles reflected will now trigger an explosion on contact, hitting twice. Okay. Pullback adjustment, increased launch height. Okay, just essentially combo ability. Grew to impact. This is whoa. Wait. Okay. Change to projectile properties. Why? Okay, but why is this a projectile? In accordance with this change, the various properties will now follow through rules of projectile. The opponent no longer enters a blocking stance before the attack comes out. Okay. Counter hit until end of recovery. Good. Fuck him. No longer triggers counter hit effect. I don't know if I agree with that. Decreased tension gauge gain. Sure. Increased base damage scaling. Decreased chip damage. Eek. Decreased guard crush duration. I wonder if they killed his Garuda loops, quote unquote. Heavenly Potemkin Buster is no longer double quarter circle forward and instead Guilty Gear input on slash. I don't like that. I don't like that personally. Double quarter circle forward slash was goaded. Whatever, it's fine. Gigantic Kai no longer travels beyond the corner. Cool. And he no longer has white wild assault, instead he has blue wild assault. Holy shit, dude. Damn. I mean, like I said, we got to see this shit in game, but yeah, I have a feeling you're gonna have to pour one out for the pot mains. I also think a lot of this right now for a lot of players is they're gonna have to relearn BNBs. They're gonna have to relearn block strings and all these things. And to that I say, as somebody who's played characters that have gotten enough changes over the course of these patches where you had to constantly change how you played them, or at least a good part of how you played them, just get with the program. Honestly, it'll be okay. You already barely understand how to deal with a Potemkin. It's only making you worried you'll be even worse against him. Thank God for reducing guard crush on Garuda. Yeah, we'll see how actually reduced it is, though. It might be reduced, but like practically it may not matter. They've done shit like that before in practicality. We'll see. Time will tell. Faust. We've reevaluated the mechanics of several moves so he can make more use of items. You mean so he can do the thing that he's trying to do? You know, use items? That's pretty cool. In exchange, several of his moves that were oppressive and neutral have been toned down. I don't like the sound of that. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Hole in one can now be performed individually rather than only as a follow up from pullback. When used like this, hole in one can strike items. Can even strike items that fall into the ground, so it'd be possible to strike Afro and force it onto opponent, for example. When using Who Could This Be? Toss a stored item, forward or back inputs can control the position of where the item is tossed. That's cool. This means Faust can make better use of stored items, including items like Trumpet that were harder to use when stored by tossing it to a position closer to themselves. Smart. Jumping down K has more recovery on landing. What up, Johnny from Guilty Gear? Is your reign of terror over? Only time will tell. Thanks for swinging by. As it is a very powerful and highly rewarding on counter hit when performed at low altitude. Yeah, okay, whatever. Mini Faust previously remained on screen for an extended duration, meaning the opponent couldn't move for a long time. Real. Reducing the number of times it can change walking direction shortens the duration spent on screen. Okay, so let's see. So 5D. Oh, he's got a defense buff. Cool. As did a bunch of people. 5D. Added dedicated hitbox that can strike items. Hitbox can only hit items that are midair and does not hit the opponent. All right. Change how item hitting works. Decrease gravity in items once hit. Nothing much yourself. Well, thanks for hanging out. Johnny players will say Johnny bottom one until he is top one. I mean, he's, you know, he's one of the characters of all time right now until tomorrow. So we'll see. Okay. Increase landing recovery on J2K, air throw, increased launch height after ground bounce, decreased horizontal blowback. So who could this be with items stored? Lets you throw closer or further if you want to. Clean hit hole in one damage has been increased. Hole in one can now be performed individually rather than as only as a follow-up. Has no clean hit property, but it can strike items. That's pretty cool. Love in midair, fixed an issue causing the bomb to explode after an air. Okay, cool. Bomb increased damage, 100 ton weight increased damage. There's now changes to the damage, guard crush duration, and blowback. The item struck with dust or hole in one. Okay. Again, we have to see that in practice. So donut can be obtained even when it's midair, when the item struck with dust or hole in one. Same thing with banana. Afro, same thing. There are now changes to damage and blowback on meteor when the item struck with dust, attack, or hole in one. Okay. Mini Faust decreased the number of times it changes direction. Thank fucking goodness. Trumpet, it can now be obtained even while in midair. Okay, cool. And then Hammer has changes to damage, crumple duration, blowback with items struck with dust or hole in one. Okay, so again, we don't have actual values. We don't have actual video on these things, so we can just be like neat and move on. Good enough. Milia's biggest strength as characters are high degree of freedom mid-jump. The adjustments here were made to further highlight this strength. We'll see. You guys apparently don't know how to fucking work Milia, so I'll believe it when I see it. Some of her moves, which were challenging to deal with and highly rewarding, have been toned down. Fucking why? She can now act sooner during her aerial backdash, so she can quickly cancel to a normal move. When canceled quickly, Milia's trajectory drops directly down, opening up a potential for misleading strings, which she already does a million of. It is now easier to cancel JD into an air dash. It also deals more damage, meaning a successful mix-up with JD can lead to solid damage. When I hear solid damage in Milia, I can't help but picture a tiny like chunk of rock being broken off a giant mountain. I don't see it. I don't see her doing big damage. Just don't fucking see it. As Capel was highly rewarding on hit, despite being challenging to handle for the opponent, it no longer launches on grounded hit. The knockback has been adjusted so that it can combo into JK and other moves, making it possible to end the combo for sweep knockdown. So she got a defense boost as far as health goes. Aerial backdash has been buffed basically. 6P nerfed. CS damage up. JK launch high up. JH expanded range. JD increased damage and now can be canceled into air dash, air backdash, even at low altitude. That's crazy. Aaron Savior buffed. Raza buffed, can now be larger window, which you can cancel into special moves. That's her little forward stepping thing. Artemis, damage up. Capel, increase knockback, but it no longer launches opponent on grounded hit. That is unfortunate. Milia bros, all 1.5 of you, I'm incredibly sorry. When I'm looking at this overall patch so far, when I'm looking at this, what I expected was the really strong characters to get changes like Milia did, where they were just like kind of small, not a lot happening, you know, some buffs to damage here, some change to frames here and there, but but overall probably like a nerf, right? And then I was expecting a bunch of other characters to get tuned up. That's what I was expecting. Why they hit Milia is beyond me. Granted, I mean, this could be a net win for her, but in the scope of the patch at large so far, I'm seeing more net W's than I am net L's. And for a character like Milia, with the system mechanics that are in the game and the way that the game is being played at this time, Milia does not need a even patch or a L patch. She needs a W patch. Is she obnoxious? Is she one really good patch away from being the most fucking annoying character in the game? Absolutely. Is she already an annoying gnat I don't like to fight most of the time? Sure, man, whatever. But also like, damn, bro, that's crazy. Zato 1. All right. If there are no Zato haters, I am dead. But I also want the Zato players to be in the fucking game. So let's see. Adjustments have been made to Zato's normal moves more viable, as well as Eddie to be more easily incorporated into neutral. As a result, this makes it easier to attack in tandem with Eddie. Sun Void allowed for overly extended pressure, so the situation on block has been made less advantageous. Oppose, aka his lifeguard, now drains less Eddie life gauge before the attack comes out, draining more upon attack activation. It still completely drains the Eddie life gauge when fully activated, but Zato can now use it as shield in neutral and then cancel into another move at low cost. Okay. Holy shit. The attack level of Far Slash has increased. It can now combo into Invite Hell. All right. Damned Fang now fully restores the Eddie life gauge when the final hit lands. Okay. Combined with the reduced hit back on Standing Heavy Slash, combos such as Standing Heavy Slash, Wild Assault, Damned Fang are easier to go for now. Doesn't make me happy, but okay. Eddie has longer recovery after Sun Void, and that's a lot. Can now be avoided with a jump when used when the opponent's blocking Sun Void. In order to keep the opponent locked down completely, the string needs to start from Pierce, making it harder to lead into mix-up strings than before. Honestly, I'm fine with Zato having less mix-ups because the visual ambiguity of this character is already so fucking annoying. Just let them. They're making everybody a goddamn mid dispenser as it is already, so just let them be a mid dispenser and firm trap the shit out of you. I'm kidding, but still. Let's see. Defense buff. XP got shot. Better CS. Better FS. Better 2S. Or no, worse 2S. Or better 2S. I don't know how to read. 5H. Decreased knockback on hit. We'll take it. 6H. Decreased startup. Decreased knockback. Yeah, sure. We'll take it. Pierce, that's a lot. Leap and oppose all have better damage. We'll fucking take it. Reduce steady gauge on oppose. Increase. Yep. Sure. We'll take it. What up, Pompey? This auto buff's so good. You're becoming a top 10 ranked Dizzy. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, we just don't need to let people play the game. You know what I mean, Pompey? Hopefully things been well. What up, Rebel? Meowdy times 3. Meowdy back to you. Meowdy do. Meowdy do, motherfuckers. No, but yeah, it's weird looking at a patch and seeing this many buffs for Zato. Break the law. The activation condition for movement with the double down inputs now determined by whether or not Eddie is currently present, not on the remaining Eddie life gauge. Oh, I see. Well, okay. Life gauge flurry punishes on hit for damn fang. I mean, it is what it is, right? Like it is what it is. Sun Void, bigger damages, whatever. Okay, here's one that I've been waiting for. They changed how my girl plays. So, one of my two mains. We've reevaluated her mechanics. Basically, the characters I care most about to see how they play are Dizzy, Elfel, Ramethal, right? I don't know why I did it in that order, but that's basically it. Sun Void nerf easily outweighs the rest of the buffs. Yeah. All right, Twitter. All right. That's all. Thank you for the Kuru liking. So Ram, we've reevaluated her mechanics on a large scale to make her excel at fighting from mid-range with her two swords. So from what I saw from the Dizzy video, sword loops are gone. We got more guard crushes and overheads than really anything. So they want you to use more of her kit. So let's see. Banjo has majorly improved attack properties, with the S version now firing at a downward angle from above. Unlike previous versions, thank you for the head cat, Rebel. Unlike previous versions, it now serves as an extremely powerful projectile even from mid-screen. Do I care? Add a weakness in exchange. We've added a time duration after firing the sword before it can be collected again. Okay, so it's not that you can't collect it, it's that time duration's been increased. Which I mean, at that point, you might as well just wait for the bitch to float back to you anyways. Whatever. Again, we'll see in training mode. We've also made adjustments to most of her moves to create more contrast in her power between when she is or without her swords. Her damage with no swords is lower, whereas with swords she now deals around 1.5 times the swordless damage. Okay. But I'm going to come back to that. Naru now launches the opponent higher even on grounded hate, making it possible to follow up with a combo. It's always launched pretty high, but yeah, now we're going sky high, huh? If Ramlethal can combo into Daru after hit confirming a move such as Far S, this can lead into significant reward for mid-range. Can we also talk about the amount of Rams that can't confirm Daru off of Far Slash? What the fuck are you guys doing? Stop that shit. Go to the training room. Go to like the edge-ish of your Far Slash. Click that shit. Daru. Practice it on both sides. Like for 4 minutes before you go play games. Every time. Please. I'm begging you. Stop leaving that shit out. All right, moving on. So flip now functions as an overhead with fast startup. Ram did not need mix. I've been saying this forever. Ram doesn't need to be a mix-up character. She doesn't need fucking mix. She's got, if you want to mix, spend RC. You want to mix, do fucking close slash on block. Okay, do close slash, 2S, and then like fucking far slash, or do like close slash, 6H, H sword toss, fast RC cancel, PRC cancel, into tap dust or 2K. Congratulations, you've got your mix. Like, you don't, it's fine. She doesn't need mix. Life is good. Whatever. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. As it will pass over to the other side of the opponent if they're crouching at close range, it becomes crucial to find the right range. Yeah, so I'm going to whiff that like 100 times for the first month. Sick. Rekka previously required techniques using dash cancels to make full use of the move. Yep, and it was fun. However, the adjustments made it keep it simpler and focusing instead on buffs gained from delayed inputs. Oh, okay. Beam Super can now only be used when both swords are equipped with significant extra damage in exchange. While it's more challenging to use, if it connects, it's extremely potent move. How do I feel about this? So I'm gonna be honest with you. Motorboat is already so good as a wall break super that sometimes it's just worth slapping that shit and not worrying about the extra damage off beam, because beam gives them back so much fucking burst. I can't justify the extra like 20 damage tops. You know what I mean? Like, it's, I'm almost always in a situation where I look at the burst and I look at the life and I'm like, all right, so we're motorboating, you know? And I've gotten to the point where I'm like, won't even look because I just don't fucking care. I'm like, we're motorboating. Like, it's just, it just is what it is. But if it's actually going to give quite a bit more damage in exchange for having to have both of your swords on you, fuck it, we ball, I guess. We'll see. Okay, time will tell. Ram got a defense boost. Standing P and crouching P got decreased damage. You were never doing damage off that shit anyways. 6P got shot. Yep, 6P got shot like a motherfucker. Interesting. Standing K, crouching K, and CS all got decreased damage. I'm gonna kill somebody. FS got increased sword damage, but decreased damage overall. Man, this is gonna be fucking miserable. Okay. CS, same thing. Or sorry, 2S, same thing. 5H, increased damage. Crouching 2H, increased sword damage. Standardized blowback between grounded aerial, we'll take it. 6H got better damage. Dust attack increased it active frames. I don't know if I care. Sweep and sweep and JP got decreased damage. I hate life. Yo, I wish they extended the fucking hitbox on sweep. Bro, 2K 2D is so ass on Ram compared to all the other characters. JS, sword damage up, sure. JH, increased sword active frames. Fucking lamau. That's hilarious. And they expanded the sword hitbox. Oh, CHJHJD2S, my beloved, you're real still. We love to see it. JD, less damage. Okay. Sword toss, all versions, got better damage, got guard crush effect to sword attack, increased time duration until the explosion attack triggers. How long though? How bad's that gonna fuck up my offense? The sword can no longer be picked up again until it begins moving towards Ramlethal. Oh fuck, that's ass. That's what I was talking about. So you can't manually pick it up anymore. Right, okay, whatever. No more sword loops. Increased time duration before the sword begins moving, so she's without it longer. Decreased movement speed of the sword moving towards Ram, so she's without it longer. So she can't pick it up on her own. She can't get it back via beam super anymore, Calvados, right? She can guard crush you and shit. Like, the only way she's getting her swords back is either you fucking suck at neutral and defense, or she's wall breaking you, right? Like, that's kind of the story at this point. Damn, hold that shit forever. I want you guys to know, chat, if I'm whooping your ass without swords in neutral, that is entirely your own skill issue. That is entirely your own fucking skill issue. If I beat you and I didn't have my swords, go cry. I'm joking, but still. That's crazy. I all I'm gonna say is I don't want to hear shit about Ram for the next like 6 months. I've been hearing shit about my character for 3 fucking years. I don't want to hear anything about Dizzy, Ram, or Elfelt for 6 months. Okay. I hope every single one of these characters is like top 5 and y'all are pissing yourselves. Every single one of you that's complained on Twitter, in my chat, in my DMs, in my Discord, in the Guilty Gear Discords, every single person who sees this video and who's on this stream, every single one of you that's ever been like, Ram is so fucking carried. This character, blah, 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 blah. I hope the next time you play against Ram, you get guard crushed and overhead so much your fucking head spins and falls onto your little toes. Don't break the toes though. We need them for later. It's fine. Okay, so enough of that. Best version, worst recovery. The sword now launches at above angle downwards. Get rid of crumple and grounded. Instead, it launches the opponent. So Daru, worst startup, decreased attack level. Added a launch effect on grounded hit. We'll take it. Fucking whatever, man. We'll take it. We'll take it for the combo potential. We'll take it for the combo potential. Decreased knockback on hit. Increased speed as movement starts, then increased acceleration. All right. Fucking whatever, dude. Let's flip Slido. An overhead, decreased damage, better movement speed. Better pizza Papa John's. Fuck off. Grounded slide, decreased to startup. Damn, we'll take it. Increased active frames and increased landing recovery. Well, shit. Slide in midair, decreased landing recovery. Okay. Windshield wipers can now be performed after canceling a normal move. Hold that for the rest of your life. Increased startup, increased movement speed, making it proceed to deaccelerate. This is so fucking funny. That's hilarious. Rekka adjusted the timing for canceling. Okay, let me just read this though. So Rekka 1, increased startup, decreased active frames, increased recovery, increased damage, decreased knockback on hit. Not looking great so far. Rekka 2, remove dash cancel property, increased startup, increased recovery. Move that up. Increased startup, increased recovery, better damage, better pizza Papa John's, attack level down, knockback on hit down, but you get a guard crush effective powered up version. Fine. So I'm guessing the powered up version has to do with the delay. Yep. Wait. Okay, so you don't even do fucking quarter circles anymore. You just do back. Back P. So it's quarter circle back P, then back P, and then back P. That's lazy. So Rekka 3, basically all the same shit. And then guard crush on powered up version. Huh. So Rocks now has a fix to it, I guess. And then Axe Scissor has higher sword damage. Beam Super, we already saw better damage, but can only be performed when the swords are equipped. And Motor Bow has increased damage when both swords are equipped, otherwise less damage. And then decreased attack level when swords are equipped. Interesting. So she's basically just a different character. Hold on, I gotta mute. Let's see. Leo Whitefang. Does brother really need changes? All right, let's see. Leo's main strength should be okay. I see the energy they're coming into Leo with. Leo's main strength should be his powerful offense and his stance. However, he also excelled in neutral before entering the stance. Yeah, that's just kind of what Leo did, right? That's just his thing. These adjustments make it more challenging for Leo to enter his ideal situation, with the opponent at point blank range while he's in stance. In exchange, multiple adjustments to stance make an even more powerful offense possible once he manages to enter in the stance. He now halts right away after a back input of mid dash, making it harder to close the distance while blocking. Okay. I don't remember what this move is. Okay, so this is his cross up. So his cross up, his like forward moving move. His slash move, whatever the fuck it's called. Joidish. moves slower, as a result, requiring Leo to be closer to the opponent in order to cross them up. After hitting them with the heavy slash version, he can still perform Okazeme while crossing over to the other side of the opponent with it. Okay. During stance, his step can now be cancelled into attacks, as it should. The attack gains momentum after canceling, making it possible to attack while sliding. Well, that's neat. Turbo now creates more distance with the opponent on block. Combined with the added invincibility for his back step during stance, he has more options for neutral while in the stance. Okay. So better defense. Dash now halts immediately. 6P is worse. Can't cancel the startup of flash kick into overdrives. I mean, whatever. Increase horizontal or decrease horizontal block, horizontal blowback on final hit of flash kick heavy. Cross up has been decreased. The aura attack has increased knockback on block. During stance, dash can now be cancelled in normal and special moves. When cancelled into during a dash, Leo will not turn around while performing these moves. This means if Leo and the opponent switch sides during the start of the dash and it's cancelled into special move, the characters will not turn direction. Okay, then I have to see that in action. Sounds wild. Stance backdash after added brief strike and throw invincibility as the movement starts. I hate that, but okay. Stance P. The start of the attack can no longer be cancelled in other actions, but better damage. Same thing for K. Same thing for S. Same thing for heavy. During stance D, it can now be dash cancelled after withstanding an attack without triggering the effect. You see. And then damage is up for, I'm guessing this is his command grab, his guard crush thingy, and his stance super. Okay. They made this point to say that his main strength should be his powerful offense and stance. However, he also excelled at neutral before entering the stance. And they made it sound like they were going to make it way more difficult for him to hit stance, but unless the movement speed decrease on the cross up is like really big, he could still enter stance pretty like super reliably. And it's not like the hit is neutral at all. So I don't know what the fuck they were getting at. Yeah, no, he's fine. Sure, he doesn't slide it like mid dash. Ooh, he fucking, halts right away. Okay. He'll be all right. It's just an adjustment to how you move in neutral. He'll be fine. Yeah, no, it just seems fine. This seems largely fine. They made a big deal about the whole neutral. Nah, whatever. Okay. Yeah, Leo's fine. Nago's potent mix-up has been toned down, adding more depth to his blood gauge management instead. I don't believe you. While the blood gauge is high, he wields extremely powerful pokes. Stop, leave me fucking alone, bug. Worthy of his one-shot character type title. Okay, so Shizuru. So Yuki now knocks the opponent down right away on grounded hit. Can no longer follow into combo even when RC'd, making it impossible to combo off his powerful overhead. Oh, DP no longer combos. I see. 5H and 2H no longer be canceled into special moves. Huh? Why? They're harder to incorporate into strings, but they deal major damage even as single hits when the blood gauge is high. I see. They deal heavy chip damage as well, making them now potent when blocked. I see. The blowback for Blood Rage has been adjusted to make it possible to continue into a combo if it hits a high altitude near a corner. Sensetsu now deals more guaranteed damage. He can take advantage of these changes to strategically manage the blood gauge and intentionally activate Blood Rage to finish off the opponent. This is quite challenging as he needs to be aware of the opponent's burst as well, but has the potential to end the match in a fell swoop. Training mode has expanded character settings. You can now set the blood gauge level. Let's fucking go. Thank you. They decreased his guts rating. Decreased defense modifier, thus decreasing damage taken. Okay. 6P, increased recovery, same nerf. 6K, adjusted to maintain momentum and cancel, added crumple effect even on non-counter hit. Wow, what the fuck? Yo. Why? Arc says, please, I'm begging. For once. Just be fucking normal. 5H can no longer be canceled into specials, better damage, and a guard crush. Sure. Crumple, guard crush. Let's fucking do it all. 2H can no longer be canceled, increased damage, guard crush. Sure, man, whatever. 6H, increased damage. I'm so done with this. I'm already done with this list, man. I'm done. It's over. I don't want Naga to have whatever. It's fine. Blood Rage does better combos now. Okay. Increased launch height on what is that clone? Come on. DP doesn't have the ground bounce on second hit. Nago's health is now reduced to 1 upon activation during blood range. Or no, this is the blood rage super. Big sword slash. Geo, we've made many adjustments to her mobility to ensure she can move around quickly in neutral, further emphasizing her identity as a character. Sick, I'm for it. On the other hand, some of her overly powerful strings and combos have been toned down. Oh, please, no. For her powered up state in which her attack and defense vary corresponding to her main intention, she now gains increased movement speed as well. That is sick. Let's go. She can more easily move in after an opponent whiffs an attack, making her better at whiff punishing. I love that. The version of Seppu as a cancel from Chave was not widely useful, so now it moves forward drastically. It also has a better hitbox, allowing it to hit even against an opponent's 6p. On hit, it knocks the opponent down, creating an opponent for Oki. Nice. What is Tro? Okay, so Spiral Arrow. The version of Spiral Arrow is a cancel from Java no longer triggers Guard Crush. I hate that. This makes it somewhat more challenging to go for a ground throw after it's blocked. Since Shio has the advantage as close to the opponent on block, she can extend her pressure with a CS. Okay. So decreasing damage taken, defense is better. Dash, increased momentum carried over when canceling the start of an action. Sick, you love to see it. Worst 6p, you hate to see it. 6H, decreased landing recovery of third hit, very cool. Decreased knockback on third hit, very cool. Increased movement speed of third hit, also very cool. They increased the launch height of the ground bounce on third hit. You love to see it. Powered up state, they made it so that she also gets the movement speed and dash speed to be faster. Wolf Kick has higher recovery, but increased knockback on block. I'm guessing this is the flip kick. Increased movement speed. Spiral Arrow, less recovery. Really? Increased movement speed, really. But no guard crush. That's just on the powered up version. Okay, no. So the DP though, decreased horizontal and falling speed when move is blocked midair. Okay. Well, I mean, Chave no longer counts as a counter hit when she's hit with an attack during the animation. So her power up move no longer lets her counter hit. I mean, interesting changes. We'll see how they actually go into her game plan. The removal of guard crush is kind of a bummer. I thought that was pretty cool. Everybody else seems to be getting guard crush and they took it away from Geo, so that's a bit of a shame, but whatever. I swear to God, if they give Anji a bucket list of fucking buffs again, I'm gonna cry in a corner. Anji's a character who launches his offense while taking on risk. Where? Where's the risk he takes on? What? Okay. However, there are many instances where the reward far outweighed the risk. Yeah, many is correct. While reducing the damage he can get from Fujin, we've added new offensive options for him to make it easier to extend his offense. Why? I don't like that. Okay. His offense moves at a faster pace, so while it comes with risks, he can better dance around the opponent. The decreased hit back for Nagiha leaves Anji closer to the opponent after they block the attack. Great. It's still a very potent option to make the opponent block at max range, however, at wrong spacing can be punished more easily. We'll take it. Rin now knocks the opponent down straight away on grounded hit. It can no longer be followed into combo even when RC'd. However, the faster startup makes it more effective as a mix-up. Alrighty. On hit or block, it is now possible to cancel charge Fujin into Fujin, Ko, or Sugetsu no Hakubi. While the change to Rin makes it harder to deal major damage after the mix-up, he can now extend his offense. Okay. It's also possible to use charge Fujin again after charge Fusion. The opponent needs to take some sort of action in order to escape, meaning Anji can make highly rewarding reads, counter the opponent's escape options. Fuck chat. It's just going to be Fusion City out here. So better defense, JD better damage, Fusion charge version can now be canceled into all sorts of things, including itself. Nagiha, dude, we're just going to get spun on so much. Anji now turns in the direction of the opponent when withstanding an attack on his parry. Okay. Nino's unique dash makes it challenging to adjust her position, so we've made adjustments to improve her subpar neutral. Subpar? That's one way to put it. It's ass, bro. She has more poke options from long range, making it easier for her to create situations where she can dash in towards the opponent. She can outperform antidepressant scale again while the first projectile remains on screen, right? Gets rid of the first one, puts up the second one. We'll take it. It's needed. I asked for that forever ago. The initial projectile will explode as it does on hit and then disappear, dealing a single hit. That's actually better than I thought it was going to be. This can function as a fate when the opponent attempts to avoid the projectile to help control their movement. Chemical Love cannot be performed while moving forward with the forward input. Lamau. This closes more distance on hit and especially makes it easier to work Chemical Love into combos. Aerial Chemical Love is now subject to momentum, meaning it can be used while descending. When performed out of an air dash or air backdash, you can throw it out of a poke while moving horizontally. Okay. So better defense. Antidepressant scale, which is her projectile, her note, is just overall better now. We love to see it. Chemical Love is her like little streak that goes across screen that you can run under. Inputting forward during the animation allows you to move forward. Seems good. Better damage. Cool. Stroke. The hurt box no longer expands until the end of the active frames. Does that mean I won't get fucking hit with a high pro 6p out of it anymore? That'd be cool. Mad Love, which is the new move, the guard crush, has better active frames. They adjusted the timing of the input buffer window to start earlier for canceling. Okay. So just strict buffs. Sultry performances got buffs. We'll take it for better damage. HS version has decreased the time it needs to be held to activate the charge version. Better damage, better hit stop on the final hit. Increased launch height. We'll take it. On grounded counter hit for Fortismo. On grounded counter hit for the initial hit reduces the blowback and launch height. Sure. Gold Lewis Dickinson. I mean, needed help, so we'll take what we can get. Gold Lewis Dickinson, we've mainly expanded his options using Behemoth Typhoon. The security level related mechanics have been adjusted in line with this. What does that mean? You can now spend security level to follow up Behemoth Typhoon by using the same direction Behemoth Typhoon again. I'm sorry. What the fuck? A sip from me? Okay, thank you. Thanks, Astro. Why? This opens up even more powerful offensive options for him, such as following up top to bottom Typhoon with right to left Typhoon. The hit effects for each Behemoth Typhoon type have been adjusted in line with this change. Skyfish can now be fired repeatedly when held. It expends security level gradually every 3 shots fired and can be fired until it's empty. That's cool. The charge rate and depletion timing of security level has been changed, now with the time duration after each instance is spent, during which it does not charge. These changes come together to mean that Gold Lewis needs to carefully consider where to use security level based on the situation of the match. Fuck it, let's go. He's now got a versus Slayer voice line, better defense. 6H is better damage. Security level has a cooldown time to each move that expends security level. They've slightly decreased charging speed at level 1, and they've increased charging speed at level 2. Adjust the timing, okay. Adjusted the timing when projectile moves drain security level to when the projectiles are formed. This makes it less likely for security level to deplete if Gold Lewis is hit by an attack during the startup. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Behemoth Typhoon in all directions, all versions. The same rotation direction for Behemoth Typhoon cannot be performed as a follow-up at the cost of security level. Adjustments have been made to the overall blowback in line with this change. Increased damage. Very cool. Behemoth Typhoon half circle from forward. They just did like blowback and collision adjustments, it looks like, kind of across the... Some of these got like ground bounce effects. Some of them removed the ground bounce effects. So this is just like overall changes to the Behemoth Typhoons. So we'll take it. Thunderbird adjusted the timing where security level depletes to happen later. Skyfish, which is the minigun, can now be refired repeatedly when held, which we read above. The overall properties, such as the hit effect and projectile count, have been adjusted in line with that, which is fine. It's possible to fire repeatedly with the security level depleting every 3 projectiles. Okay. It further powers up after expending the entire security level, forcibly triggering a wall break when used near a corner. I'm sorry, what? Huh? Burn It Down has adjusted the timing when security level depletes to happen later. Interesting. Okay. Jacko. The adjustments expand her potential to attack with her servants. In response, some of her options that were powerful even without the servants have been toned down. Interesting. So with the characters that have like very specific kit things that want you to play around like very specific mechanics, like for Jacko, her servants, and for Ram, her swords, what it looks like they're doing is they're going harder on those mechanics and making those specific the character specific things stronger and taking away some power from their just like overall gameplay. Does that make sense? So like Jacko without her servants is even weaker than she would be, right? But with her servants, she's even stronger than she would be. Same thing with Ram and her swords. I think that's smart, personally, right? You want them to play the character around the mechanics you have the character built on. I think that's fair. Okay. Servant shoot can now be canceled into a dash when kicking a servant. This makes it easier to utilize place servants effectively. The dash cannot be canceled into special moves or overdrives as it comes out. Fair enough. Her sweep now has a powerful horizontal blowback. It is harder to follow up with attacks such as servant shoot when hitting at your max range. It's also more challenging to go in combo and counter hit. So decreased risk defense and made risk level charge more when blocking. Decreased defense modifier, thus okay, so better defense. 6p got shot. Crouching H has better damage. Sweep has higher blowback horizontally, and you can dash cancel servant shoot. Not a lot of changes, but the servant shoot was important. HC, they've made some fine-tune adjustments to his mix-up and ability to control the situation. Scapegoat has been toned down in order to make the demerit of not being able to block during fire more clear. Interesting. Jumping down K now launches the opponent on hit. It can now lead to highly damaging combos upon successful mix-up. All right. I mean, it is what it is. Sweep now launches the opponent higher on hit. Go fuck yourself. You can now start Oki in a more advantageous situation when replenishing resources with reload and focus. Scapegoat no longer withstands an attack from the opponent. Huh? When Chaos and Scapegoat are in the same position and the opponent attacks, the attack will hit Chaos as well. He moves further back during the move, making it more potent when used to create distance and replenish resources. Okay. So if I hit him and the Scapegoat, I'm still hitting him, which I'll take. But now he can get away and be more slippery. And they've made his mix-up stronger. Again, I'm just going to have to see it in practice and go from there, I guess. I don't love hearing that he can do more damaging stuff and get better Oki, though. I don't love hearing that. That makes me sad. But hey, we take what we can get. Decreased guts rating, dust attack, added forward movement during the recovery, sweep increased launch height, bumping down K, ground bounce effect, sends opponent below. This sucks, dude. Increased damage on heavy fire, sorry. And then clone no longer negates opponent's strike collision. Biken. She needs help. What do you got for Biken? Her moves are now more versatile overall. I mean, she was already pretty versatile, but would you actually change to like help her? Help me. Help me. I love how like nothing's hold on one second. My vision just like I just started having like fucking woozies and wubsies. That was very strange. Okay, we're good. Maybe. I don't know. Lycan, yeah. Let's see what she's got. Her moves are now more versatile overall, making her close range offense highly potent. FS has less hitback, so following attacks are more likely to connect. Okay. Combined with the changes to standing H and crouching H, it's easier to use Kabari heavy in combos. Kabari S has a more powerful vacuum effect, pulling in the opponent close regardless of the distance when it connects. Combos are now more consistent on hit with better situation for Baiken when it's blocked. We'll see. Ascari doesn't have throw invincibility like other reversals. We've given it its own unique merit. Oh, word? It can now be performed even while blocking the opponent's attacks. When performed while blocking, it does not perform the counter attack from standard successful parry. Instead, it does a guard crush. My defense? Your defense. That's crazy. It can also be canceled into a dash when the opponent's put in the guard crush state. Baiken could turn the tables in her favor with a successful Hagari when just used at the right point in the opponent's string. Bro. Imagine trying to block string this character now. Couldn't be me. Less damage taken. Increased initial forward movement speed, decreased acceleration. She did not need increased forward speed. Welcome back, Tasso. Decreased knockback on FS. 5H added a ground bounce effect on grounded hit. What the fuck? Remove the wall bounce effect? That's crazy. Yeah, we're still on the patch notes. I've also had to walk away a few times. Crouching heavy, decreased horizontal blowback. 6H has better damage and a ground bounce effect on grounded hit. Increased launch height after ground bounce, good lord. JD with better damage. Kabari S for the better vacuum, which is, I mean, that's going to let her run her pressure better, obviously. Yozansen also has a vacuum effect when connecting with an opponent during the latter half of the active frames. Fucking Lamau. Imagine that. Couldn't be me. And then Hagari's bullshit is now bullshitting. The fact that she can do it in block stun is wild to me. And then Gun has had some changes. Cool. Just mostly issue fixes. So they made adjustments to improve Testament's pressure during Stain. Ground and air throw now also triggers Stain follow-up attack. Okay, I'll go fuck myself. While damage proration prevents this from leading into major damage, combos leading into wall break are possible. Fair. Testament 6P had one of the best hitboxes and excelled in controlling opponent's movement, so it now has heavier recovery. Good. Fuck you. And now comes with suitable risk on whiff. Good. Fuck you. Better defense, increased recovery on 6P, increased damage on 6H. That's wild. The stain trigger on throws is pretty cool. And then they increased the damage of the strike part of Grave Reaper, which is pretty cool too, actually. What up, Brigit? Rolling movement has new options to expand neutral and string potential. Inputting up or down during rolling movement now changes the trajectory and the direction of the input. In line with this, she can no longer jump during rolling movement, making it impossible to jump and then block an opponent's attempt to counter. I don't like that. I preferred the jump. But I mean, at least you could still cancel it with attacks and stuff, I guess, right? So yeah, during rolling movement, that's kind of a bummer. For the shared damage adjustments, the increase for Bridget has been relatively minor. This helps clearly convey her concept as a character who has a plethora of options but deals lower damage. What damage? She does no damage. Standard 6P and defense things, CS. Opponent will now be blown to the front even if they're behind Bridget. JS, same thing. Rolling movement, the changes we already covered. Her DP can no longer be canceled into overdrive. And then loop to loop is increasing the damage of Roger's attack, excluding the first hit. That's fine. Sin. As a character uses stamina resource to go on the offense, the fast recovery rate meant that it was rarely ever exhausted. True. These adjustments slow down the stamina recovery rate and extend the cooldown time. In exchange, his moves that cost stamina are more powerful. It is simpler for him to go into highly damaging combos. It was already so simple. What do you fucking mean? But combined with the changes to far slash and crouching slash, there's a harder time when he's low on stamina. Gazelle Step can now be used individually rather than only as a follow-up from special moves. That's pretty cool. It's an exceptionally powerful tool to close the distance from FS range. However, the increased recovery means that Sin needs to surprise the opponent with it or risk getting countered. The follow-ups from his special moves have been adjusted to have powerful hit and block effects, excluding combos starting with Hawkbaker. He can now spend 2 bars of stamina to extend combos even from mid-screen. Oh boy. So standard defense and 6P stuff. What's up, Astra? FS has worse recovery. Crouching slash has increased startup, so it's slower. Rough. Stamina got shot. Beak driver follow up. Heavy slash during beak driver. Let's see. Longer recovery, increased knockback, but it gets a guard crush. Oh yes, let's just give everybody a guard crush. Increased horizontal movement speed, understandable. Adjusted to maintain momentum on cancel. Better tumble duration. Lock Baker, which is the DP. At the start of the attack can no longer go into overdrives. That's a universal change, it looks like. Lockbaker follow-up does better damage, better horizontal speed. Pullback now sends the opponent directly above when the first hit of the combo was okay. It just makes it easier to follow up on. Hoof Stomp has worse recovery, adds a ground bounce effect, and a guard crush. Just put a guard crush on everything. It's fine. Elcon, increased damage, increased recovery, and increased guard crush duration, decreased knockback, change damage state. Gazelle Stop now could be done with quarter circle back K or double fort still in special moves. Yep. Okay. Ride the Lightning, expend stamina when performed as a cancel out of startup of follow-ups. You could increase minimum guaranteed damage. Tyrant Barrel now also does stamina when performed, but has increased damage. It'll be interesting to see the changes in practice. Little block string monster that we're gonna have over here. Bedman, as certain strings were extremely good at keeping opponents locked down as well as difficult to escape from, we made adjustments to the lockdown potential. In exchange, they have new options in neutral. Guard crush duration after charged and fully charged call has been decreased, thank goodness. The same applies to the attack triggered by 6E. This makes it more challenging to continually force the opponent to block the charged version in strings. However, the projectile generated by error 6E now homes in on the opponent's horizontal position to an extent. This function can act as a poke when returning to neutral. So if you don't know, when you got positive bonus with, you've got a hard knockdown and positive bonus with Bedman, you can just basically keep popping his head off on you and putting you in a really long guard break. And it was very, very difficult to survive. Like it was a lot of chip, and he was going to open you up eventually anyways with his mix. And he was going to do a lot of chip or make you burn through a lot of meter. And if he had positive bonus, he could kind of just keep looping his pressure and putting you in guard crush and RC. And it was just like a bad fucking time. Even though you could like technically wait it out and there's like some outs and some places you can interact, the options and what it could do was just like it was just a bad time. It didn't feel good. So I hopefully this will be better for the game. Yeah. Cause good God. Good God. So increased damage, error. See, the thing is, I don't really remember the names of some of these attacks. I'm gonna have to skip that. We'll just have to see what he does when we go back to the game. Some of Asuka's spells have been toned down to make it less common for him to be able to continually fire spells for an extended time. Imagine just being full screen and guard crushing the opponent all game. Couldn't be Asuka players. On the other hand, infrequently utilized spells have been improved to open up various strategies for him. The Bit Shift Metron spell has started from level 5, has been removed from the test case, so all versions of the spell now start from level 1. This makes it harder to make time to restore mana. However, it now takes less time to increase in level, so level 1 version is more powerful than before. The effect duration of recover mana continuous is shorter now, and mana no longer recovers when Asuka's blocking or taking damage. It needs to be used with caution. If Asuka ends up giving up his turn after using it, the duration could end without receiving any benefit. That's crazy. Recover mana instant, no longer discards spells in current slots. Okay. Bookmark, now bookmark spells in currently empty slots as well. Both of these moves are more viable without such a clear detriment. Cool. Asuka can now change test cases while bookmark full order is active. He can search for spells while swapping test cases, making it easier to put together highly synergetic spell combos. Well, well, well. Okay. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So let's see. Super has worse recovery, decreased hit stop, decreased interval between hits, decreased speed of backward movement as a result. Reduces advantage and creates less distance with the opponent on block. With the nerf, yeah, they shot this. I mean, it was like what, 6 and 7 frame super that just kind of did all the things. So bookmark now has more time for swapping spells, so it'll be easier to swap your spells. Importing left or right during the move will swap to the test case. It gives you larger mana depletion though. The mana depletion now steadily increases as time passes. Now reduces mana cost while reduced mana cost effect is active. That's kind of cool. Recover mana continuous, got shot, right? So now gotta be more careful with that. Instant no longer discards bookmark spells. This is really good for them. Standardized mana recover amount regardless of currently bookmark spells. The bookmark changes, the instant recoveries are both good. Low pass filter gravity decreases the altitude limit of our air dash while the effect's active. This makes it easier to perform an air dash directly after jumping. That's pretty cool. Delayed TARDIS Metron, pretty cool. Quella, the start of the attack can no longer be cancelled to overdrives. I'll rip. Big Shift Metron, remove spell version that starts at level 5, goes to level 1, higher mana cost. Okay. I mean, I think overall, the bookmark and mana changes are going to be really important. So we'll see. Again, a lot of this we're not going to know until we're actually playing the fucking game, guys. Johnny, due to the major adjustments made in the previous July balance update, Johnny's not received as many changes. This finder can now negate projectiles. Please go fuck yourself. Although it's an uncommon situation for Slash to hit only hit a projectile, this adds potential countermeasures against characters with projectiles. Better defense, worse XP, Mistfinder, and Senga has better damage. Elfo, please be just be better. Just be a real fucking character. While Elfelt's still an approachable character with simpler traits, this adjustment focuses on increasing her offense options. Thank goodness. Here I Go can now be canceled into dash when the attack connects. Let's go. This makes it versatile, useful in combo strings and other situations. Nailed it. Now has a wall bounce, leading to more options for Oki and corner. Okay. Bombardier, which was utilized infrequently, has major changes to its properties. It can now be used in combos with certain moves, such as standing heavy and bomb chocolat, setting off a bomb rather than only via time duration. The bomb no longer disappears after wall break, which is so fucking sick, by the way, making situations where Alpha triggers wall break after bombardier incredibly advantageous. So standard 6p and defense changes. 6H, better damage. Bomb chocolat has increased launch height and decreased falling speed. Again, we'll take it. Here I Go can be dash canceled on contact with the opponent, which is fucking sick. Nailed It is your heavy during your lollipop chain. Better damage. Better Pizza Papa John's. Decreased launch height. Decreased horizontal blowback combo proration. The opponent will no longer tech upon landing, and it has a wall bounce effect. Okay. Now we're talking. We've seen the bomb and air changes in practice, so that's pretty cool. Wild Assault was changed to red. Okay. Sure. Whatever. Go crazy, I guess. That's wild. We'll take it. Abba. Please tell me she got shot. Out of all the characters in this game, I actually like genuinely don't hate a character. I know I joked about being Zato's #1 hater. I was joking, okay? I still don't hate any character, but Abba gets under my skin. This character is not bad at any point. Like she's supposed to be, oh, really bad outside her gremlin state. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. These adjustments add greater contrast during the kit by maintaining her explosive power during jealousy rage and toning down her standard state. Standard state, she now halts right away after a back input. Sure. I mean, again, it's not whatever. Okay. Intertwine and Tilt has more recovery with changes made to blowback on counter hit. Abba's more likely to lose her turn when it's blocked and less likely to get a combo on counter hit. Jealous Rage, the blowback for Judgment and Sentinel has been adjusted, making it possible to follow up on ground and counter hit. Cool. Now offers greater reward on counter hit as it's slow to fully come out and costs a large amount of gauge. So she's got the new dash changes as well as the defense and 6B changes. Jealousy Rage has increased recovery on 6B. Intertwine and Tilt got shot. Frenzy and Astonishment, they fixed an issue. Sure. Judgment and Sentiment, which is the DP. Yeah, the DP. Increased damage on the second hit. No real big changes though. And then Jealousy Rage version of her super got better damage, and then the damage of the final hit increases more depending on Jealousy gauge. Alrighty, Slayer, what did they do to you? Some of his moves that were highly rewarding yet easy to connect with have been toned down, as he had high defense relative to his explosive power. You've decreased his guts rating, which effectively decreases his health. In exchange, his moves that were challenging to use properly have become more versatile. We increased the recovery of Mappa Punch P version. Good. This makes it easier for Slayer to lose his turn when the opponent blocks it as he ends up in close range. Cool. Super Mappa Punch no longer has invincibility on startup, instead gaining invincibility partway through the move. While it can no longer be used as an invincible reversal, it works well as a counter poke against opponents from long range. No comment. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep moving. He now moves faster at the start of his backdash. The later half now moves more slowly. The total distance traveled remains unchanged, but it is easier to avoid attacks from the opponent when canceling hand to tune. Fair enough. It's a Gold Lewis voice line. Guts got shot. Backdash has better movement speed at the start. 6P got shot. 6K has decreased recovery on charge version. FS has on aerial hit, the first hit blowback sends the opponent below. On aerial hit, the first hit now has a ground bounce. That's crazy. Crouching heavy has increased recovery. Sure, man. We'll see how increased it actually is. JD increased the active frames. Mappa Hunch got nerfed. Pile Bunker during P Dandy Step increased damage. And then increased input priority on Last Horizon. And then the Super Mappa Hunch nerfs. So now that we've finished the patch notes, where am I at mentally? What am I thinking? My initial thoughts are, what the fuck are you guys dooming for? What are you dooming for? This looks fine. We're gonna have a good time. The game's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. Calm down. Everybody relax. Okay? I'm gonna say the same shit I said at the start of all of this. First of all, we haven't seen any of this shit in action. So we've seen some of it, sure, but we haven't really seen any of this shit in true action. It hasn't been tested. Like, okay, relax. Now that I've read this, now that I've actually gone through this, it's actually like, it's a good patch. It's a good patch. We've been asking for changes. You know, they're listening. Listen, y'all motherfuckers were complaining about so many things to Slayer. What did they do? What did they do? You know? Yeah, they toned everybody up. They made some needed changes for him just to tune him right. And then, you know, well, Kai's not a king anymore, so no. He moved in with Dizzy. He's just kind of there now. Twitter overreact challenge impossible. True. Twitter, it's not even just Twitter, it's the internet as a whole. Y'all need to calm the fuck down. It's okay. It's not that deep. I think the Baiken parry change is hilarious. I love that. That's enough for me to want to play the character. That shit's funny as hell. I'm really happy about the Elf out changes. I think the Ram changes are great. I cannot wait to play Ram. I am so excited to play Ram again. I mean, I'm excited to play Dizzy, but I'm so excited to play Ram. You mean I get to play this fucked up character in the corner, and now I also have an overhead that just like does things? You mean I can now just guard crush you? Oh, this is my reparations for listening to y'all for 3 fucking years complain about my character and never once give me my flowers for playing like the true fucking monkey I am. Y'all always talking about my character and never talking about me, and this shit's looking pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. This shit's looking real good. So all I need to do is make 2K 2D always work, and I'm a happy camper. We're chilling. We're chilling. This looks good. This looks good. You can combo into fucking command grabs, soul and command grab Elfelt. That's dope. Mouse changes look neat. I think the shock state changes, depending on how good they are, look neat. I have multiple questions about the Potemkin changes. Like, actually, I'm not trying to play against Zato or Abba, so, you know, whatever. Leo, I I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking, but it's okay. Like Nago, I'm not trying to deal with his guard crush bullshit, but here we are. Like, like I'm here for it. Like I'm here for all these changes. Some of them are I, I fucking have questions, but you know, life could be worse. Life could be worse. I could be playing Street Fighter 4. So here we are, you know what I mean? Like it's fine. It's fine, guys. It really is okay. The way everybody was talking, I thought I was gonna look at this shit and I was gonna cry. I thought I was gonna shed a fucking tear, and that was just like gonna be how things were gonna have to be. Also, can we talk about Wings of Light really quick since we're talking about Twitter and people overreacting? Can we talk about Dizzy's Wings of Light just like really fast? I don't want to make this long, but I've gone back and I've rewatched some of the footage and I've been doing some thinking. Um, it's not that deep. It's really not that deep. It's not it's not overly busted or anything. We're chilling. It's not that deep. You guys will be fine. You're not going to be fighting Dizzy that close anyways most of the time. Unless the thing stays on wall break and scene change and all that fun stuff and you got a hard like it's trust me, it's fine. Like I said kind of before, there's so many reasons to use meter in this game that that's going to be questionable, especially when you have 100% super and all the other things. So it'll be fine. What happened to Leo? Did Nep get hammered? No, absolutely not. Nep did not get hammered. Nep's character's fine. I would say like most of these characters are fine. No, like, yeah, everybody's fine. Everybody's fine. It's fine. Potemkin, I have questions, but other than that, like Milia got questions, but just as a whole, everybody's fine. Yeah, it's like everybody's gonna be okay. Um, I was hoping HC and Nago got a bit more of a slap on a wrist, but it's okay. Um, it's fine. I don't necessarily hate fighting against them anyways. It's really not the end of the world. They're not terrible, but sometimes I look at those characters and I'm like, bro, it's been so long. I just want to break. I just want to break for a season.